Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to learn about human brain. Basically, we will discuss about the structure and functions of the brain and how it works. This video will divide it into several parts and I will make a playlist for this. So let's start. The brain of an adult weighs between 1 kg to 1.5 kg. It is mainly composed of neurons. Neurons are the cells. These are the cells. The structure is like this. So, recent estimates have suggested that the brain contains around 86 billion to 100 billion of neurons. So, you can say these neurons are the fundamental unit of your brain. Now, this brain along with the spinal cord over here will be a spinal cord. Now you can clearly see the whole brain and along with your spinal cord both together comes under the central nervous system. So this brain and spinal cord, which includes central nervous system, is responsible for thoughts, interpretation and origin of control for body movements. Now a question arises, what is central nervous system? The central nervous system, as I said, that it consists of a brain and spinal cord. This is the brain and the spinal cord. So the central nervous system is most important unit in an organism. Why? As it is the center or hub which instigates the information. It means sometimes this central nervous system receives information and sometimes it sends information, and also it commands and coordinates and also influences all other activities within a body. If the activities are controlled by your body or not controlled by your body, but all the functions are done by your central nervous system. It may be external activities, it may be your internal body organs activities. Now this central nervous system comprises two parts, that is your brain and the spinal cord. Now the brain is the most important organ, we all know that, and it is divided into three parts, that is your forebrain, the midbrain and the hindbrain. This is the frontal part of the brain, this is the behind part of the brain, and this is the lower part of the brain. Okay, so brain is divided into three parts, forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain. This forebrain is also called prosencephalon. Midbrain is called mesencephalon and the hindbrain is called rhombencephalon. Now this brain is enclosed within a skull. This skull provides the frontal, lateral and dorsal protection to the brain. This skull bone is not a single bone. Okay, so this bone consists of 8 small bones, means 8 small bones joins to make a structure, bone structure, that is called the cranium. And within this cranium brain is situated or protected. This brain is surrounded by a fluid is called cerebrospinal fluid. So there is cranium bone. Just below cranium there is cerebrospinal fluid, and then your brain is located. The primary function of the cerebrospinal fluid is to act as a buffer for the brain. It means it absorbs any kind of mechanical shocks and dampening or any kind of external injury, and it absorbs all these shocks and protect your brain. It also sometimes provides basic immunological protection to the brain. It means any kind of infection, any kind of bacterial or viral or any kind of disease that cannot be happen to your brain, and it is checked by your cerebrospinal fluid. Brain is also covered by meninges. What are these meninges? These are nothing but the membranes, or these meninges are in three protective membrane, which are also called the cranial meninges. It actually prevents your brain from infection or inflammation of cranial meninges or meningitis. See, these are the meninges layer. This is your skin. There is just below the skin there is another membrane which is called periosteum. This is very thin layer, and it connects your cranial bone or cranium with your skin. And now the three meninges are present over here. The outermost layer is your dura mater, middle one is your arachnoid mater, and the innermost layer is your pia mater. Dura mater is very thick, tough and fibrous, and it is also vascularized membrane. But the arachnoid mater, this membrane is thin, and it is like spider web, like this net structure, spider web like structure, and it is present between the dura mater and the pia mater. And last one is your pia mater. It is also a thin membrane, and it is the innermost layer, and it is highly vascularized membrane. It is very closely placed or closely attached with your brain tissues. See, just below the dura mater there is a little bit space present. This space is called subdural space, and this space is filled by a fluid called serous fluid. Okay, now just below the dura mater, just below the arachnoid mater, there is another space present which is called subarachnoid space, and it is filled by cerebrospinal fluid. Remember one thing, brain is not completely filled. It means there are cavities in the brain. So all the brain parts, spinal cord and the spaces around this are actually filled by a modified tissue which is called your cerebrospinal fluid. It is secreted from choroid plexus. So how it looks? It actually looks white. This cerebrospinal fluid actually white in color, and it is a alkaline fluid, contains water, it contains salts, It contains proteins, nutrients, respiratory gases like O2 and CO2, and other metabolic waste. So this is the composition of the cerebrospinal fluid. What is it? It is white in color. It contains water, salt, protein, nutrients, the respiratory gases like O2, CO2, and these are also it contains metabolic waste. So what is the function basically of the for the cerebrospinal fluid? It actually absorbs mechanical shocks, providing protection to the brain and also to the spinal cord. It sometimes keeps the brain and spinal cord moist as it is a fluid. Sometimes this fluid maintains the pressure inside the cranium. So this is it for this video, where we will discuss about the parts of the brain in my next video. Thank you so much.